loving these get ready with me videos, so let's do another one. This look is gonna be more of a cool toned, kind of an everyday look, but a little bit more glam, but not full glam. This will be great if you are a summer or winter color season. I'm a summer color season, so I'm trying to kind of strategically pick products and shades that fit that. So let's get started. I am using the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. I use this all the time, but this one is in the shade light medium, so it's a little bit cooler than the medium dark shade that I have been using lately. And I'm using the Makeup by Mario F4 brush, the bigger side. This one is super sheer. The medium dark one is super sheer too, but because it's a lot darker, you have to be a little bit more careful with it. This one is just like a very subtle wash of color, so you can kind of just slap it on. I'm just putting this on my cheekbone area. These postpartum baby hairs are driving me absolutely insane. They're just popping up out of nowhere and getting stuck in everything. Putting some on my hairline. And then a little bit under my chin and jawline. And then just dragging whatever is left over on the brush down. I have these weird little bumps all over my neck and my face because I changed my laundry detergent and my skin is not happy about that. So I have since changed it back, but we're dealing with all these little bumps in here, so don't mind that. Next, I'm taking the Tower 28 concealer in the shade 6IE. Just putting a little bit under my eyes, forehead, or on my nose. Little bit under that contour area, and then a little bit on my chin where I've had some blemishes, and blending out with a sponge. Please let me know if these types of videos are fun to watch. They're easy to film because I'm getting ready anyways. So it's like the one type of video that I don't have to completely coordinate around my kids' nap schedules. So I would love to keep doing more of these because they're fun, but let me know if they're actually fun to watch. Okay, that is all blended. I'm going to set with the Say Slip Tint powder. I have the shade Translucent 2. It's like a baked pressed powder, and I'm just using a little powder puff and putting some of that under my eyes. Little bit on my forehead where I put that concealer, around my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then just taking a powder brush and just kind of spreading that out to make sure it's all blended. Next, I'm taking my Westman Atelier bronzer in the shade Coupe de Soleil. I love this shade. It's a very good neutral shade. It does not pull warm at all, but it's also not so cool toned that it turns like gray or ashy. It's also really buttery and forgiving, so this is another product you don't have to be super perfectly precise with. It's gonna look good no matter how you apply it. And this is the Sephora 93 little angled brush. I think it's technically for blush, but I like it for bronzer. Basically just putting this everywhere that I originally put that Makeup by Mario product. Next, I'm going in with the Patrick Ta Just Enough. Yes, the Just Enough shade. It's like the baby pink shade. Very, very cool toned, super pretty. I'm taking the powder side on a Sephora 55 brush. I've had this brush forever, so I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it's one of my favorite blush brushes. And just applying that all over my cheeks. You know I put blush everywhere. And then I'm immediately going in with the cream side on my little sponge and topping that powder. This just gives a little bit more of that glow back to the skin. Makes it look a little bit more dewy. Okay, next I'm taking the Anastasia, however you pronounce it. I do this every time. The Dip Brow in the shade Taupe. This is the perfect brown shade for me. I have tried every brown shade in this and they're all way too dark, even if you use the tiniest bit, or way too warm for me. So I finally tried this one after years of thinking it would be way too light, and it's perfect. So I'm just doing a little bit underneath my brows. You need the tiniest bit of this product. Same thing on this one. My brows are so frustrating for me because I don't know if I either have one stronger muscle on one side or like more collagen, more whatever is in here that gives your skin more plumpness on this side. But one brow always looks higher than the other, but it's not. It's just the way my face muscles move. So I always have a hard time figuring out, like, do I pluck the other one to match even though they're technically even, or do I just leave it? What do I do? Okay, and now we get to do the fun part, which is eyes. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This is one of my favorite, like, neutrally cool toned palettes. There are a couple of warm shades in here, but most of them are on the cool side. They're super pretty. So I am going to take the shades Stone and Mesh and mix them together on a big fluffy brush and just put those in my crease. You want to wash your hands? Okay. You're all done with your yogurt?
In the trash.
You want to put it in the trash? We'll put it in the trash in just a second. Good job. Okay, next I'm going in with the shade Vague. It's a little bit deeper. It's kind of like a mauve-y type of shade. And I'm putting that like halfway along my lid and then also bringing it into the crease. Keeping it lower than those first two shades. Okay, then I'm taking a smaller brush and I'm taking the shade. Let's do Tender and Silhouette mixed together. More of Tender than Silhouette. I have like a random hair on this, hold on. Oh, it's a brush hair coming out. Okay, and then just a touch of that Silhouette shade. And keeping that right on the outer part of my lid and crease. Just to deepen it up a little bit. Then I'm taking the shade Nia. This is such a pretty, sparkly, kind of like pinky tone shade, and I'm just popping that right on my inner corner. It's gonna look crazy at first, but we will blend it out. The shimmers in this palette are so pretty. Am I in frame? Can you see this? Hopefully. Okay, then I'm going to take the shade, do I wanna do Whisper or Sheen? I like the shade Whisper. Okay, we're gonna take Whisper just on my finger and put this on the inner part of my eyelid. Okay, then I'm taking a giant eyeshadow brush with nothing on it and just blending all of that out. Then I'm taking this same small brush that I used earlier and I'm taking Vague and Tender, so like the mauve shade and the cooler tone, kind of like grayish brownish shade, and putting those under my eye. Then I'm going to take the Makeup Forever little pencil in the shade Limitless Brown, and I'm going to tightline with this and then put a little bit on my lash line and smudge it out. Should I do my waterline too? I almost never line my waterline, but I'm kind of feeling it today. Let's try it. Hoping it just gives, just gives a little bit of extra definition. So I like that. Putting just a little bit on my lash line. And then I'm using this tiny little brush just to smudge it out. Okay, I'm happy with that look. It's a little bit more done up than just like an easy everyday look, but it's not so much that it's weird that I'm just going to the post office today. Okay, taking a little bit of mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I don't know where my eyelash curler is, or I would start with that. Putting some of that on, and then I'm just going to do a little bit on my lower lashes as well. I forgot to spray. Let's do some setting spray. Normally I would do this before mascara, but it is what it is. And this is exactly why I got some mascara all the way down here. I know you're supposed to let it dry and then rub it off with a Q-tip, but I have no patience. Last step is lips. This is the Anastasia, I'm doing it again, Dusty Rose Lip Liner. So much concentration. This is the MAC lipstick in the shade Syrup. This is probably my favorite cool toned lipstick shade. If you are a summer color season, please get this lipstick. It's so good. It's like a perfect, like everyday pinky mauve berry shade that's wearable. It's not too poppy. And then I'm topping it off with just a tiny bit of the Lawless Forget the Filler Gloss in Lavender Sorbet. And it looks really pretty with this lipstick. Okay, so this is the final look. I really like this one. I think it's perfect if you are going to dinner or going on a date night, or, I mean, I'm going to the post office again, so. But yeah, I hope this was helpful if you are on the hunt for some good neutral or cooler tone shades. I've used all of these products for a good amount of time now, and I vet them all. They're great. Let me know if you like these videos, and I'll see you next time.